1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dark Lore. We're on episode 9. We are in a battle for our lives, so let's jump right into it. We all win, right, John?
Define win. Because your definition of win and my definition of win are probably two very different things.
That's fair.
So, last episode, you walked into Simon Tiber's ritual and tried to disrupt it. And for a few very tense minutes, you wailed on his accomplices, taking out the creatures involved in his dark ritual of necromantic ? He did not like that all that much, and the ritual failed. And as the ritual was failing, a terror came into existence. Clondris, your very favorite undead illithid, pops in, throws in some magic dust, walks through, does kind of a little middle finger with his tentacle face, and disappears. Simon Tiber goes down, and shortly thereafter, emerging from his body, is this horrific aberration made of all sorts of hands. It's very large. It's very mad, and it wants to kill your faces. We start at the top of initiative with Arala down, and all of you feeling not so great. Those of you who are conscious. Top of the order will be Raylan.
Great. So love that. Raylan sees this thing kind of come out of Simon Tiber, and she just kind of makes this face that is just like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? I don't want to be here. I hate everything about this. It's like so clear on her face. However, she is right next to this thing. So, she's just gonna take her dagger and try to like slash at one of the. I'm assuming some of the tentacles are like waving about, like just like
doing this.
Yeah, like the yeah. She's gonna take one of her daggers and slash at one of the tentacles waving about.
Sure, yeah. Go on and strike this critter.
Sure, and she has 2 attacks, so I'm just gonna roll for both of them.
Sure.
Just great start, guys. Is my VTT not? Uh-oh.
I didn't see it pop up.
Okay, well, it was a nat 1.
Oh no.
So that didn't go great. Between turns, I'll make sure it's all set. The second one is a 24.
A 24 hits. Could you remind me if that dagger is of magical origin?
No, it is not.
Excellent. Go on with your damage.
Yep. It's gonna be 9 damage.
9 damage.
Piercing, yeah. Meanwhile,
you jab at it. It doesn't seem to really dig in deep into its flesh. There's a lot of really thick hide that seems kind of resistant to the whole stabby thing. It enters your mind, and there's this like guttural chatter of voices as it coos, "Try harder."
Oh no!
Anything else, Mana Queen?
Full creep.
Wow. No, I think that's all she can kind of do.
Sweet. Do you want to hang out there?
Actually, you know what? She's gonna vanish, so she can use the hide action on her bonus turn.
Okay.
So she's gonna vanish and just kind of like step back a couple steps away from this thing. So vanish first, then step back.
Vanish first. It's going to take an attack of opportunity against you.
Great.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Because it watches you as you walk in that direction.
Yep.
And just slaps at you with some of its hands. Claw, claw, claw! Does a 20 hit you? Yeah. It's going to do 14 points of claw damage.
Great.
As one just breaks against you. You now are fully aware that it is fully aware of where you are.
Awesome.
I know, great. He's so much fun. Shakal.
Hello. All right. God. I'm gonna hit him twice.
Get it? The 17 glances off, like just deflected by one of its myriad of arms. The 24, however, connects. Dealing 10
Excellent.
points of magical bludgeoning damage, I believe.
Yes, and I'm gonna use my very last key point because I am gonna try to stun him.
Wow.
Oh god.
Okay, well,
Stunning
that's
strike.
a con save, yeah?
Yes.
Go.
Yes, Constitution save.
How's the 29?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm assuming he's not stunned.
Yeah, he's not stunned.
Anything else you call?
That is all I have. I'm just gonna scream. We need to leave.
All right, Tina.
I don't want to
What
die.
you got?
I am going to match tentacles with tentacles, and we're going to get really uncomfortable. We're going to get right up in there, and we are going to bring out the black tentacles to try and
All right.
grab onto some.
Let me just take a quick pause. We're gonna go above table here real quick.
Okay.
This spell is awesome, but this is a 20-foot square. So where are you placing this?
So I am placing it in the corner.
Okay. So
Okay.
just to give you an idea of a 20-foot square.
Oh no, am I taking everybody out with me?
So it would look
no.
something like that. Now you're welcome to do that. I'm sure they'll be fine. One of them's already taking a nap. Is this something you would like to do?
You know what? Yes, I would like to do this.
All right. You conjure forth an area of these hideous black tentacles that writhe and wriggle around. I believe Arala is going to automatically fail this as she's unconscious. So she is going to see within range. That's it. The tentacles grounds on the enter. Starts his turn there. She will probably get battered, which is not great. And we'll deal the same with our good friend Shakal on the start. You're not technically entering the area, right? But if you start your turn there, it's a save.
Gotcha.
And then you'll be restrained if you fail. And then it gets worse from there. Okay. Anything else, Tina?
No, that'll do it. But I'm going to remind the tentacles that I do have friends in there. So, like, good touches for some, bad touches for the other one.
Okay. Do you want to hang out there, or are you going to relocate?
I'm going to scooch just over here.
Okay. Excellent. The ultimate evil boss form will roll his dexterity saving throw against your please. Or oh wow, he does have no. He fails. So go ahead and roll me 3d6 points of bludgeoning damage as you restrain the creature. 10. Nice. Air horn sounds. Meh, meh, meh. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. There, no. Oh, stop.
Now, can I make this come and go at my will? I'm trying to.
No, it exists while you concentrate, up to a minute. You can drop it for free as you wish. But all the effects that come with it being there will also go away with you dropping concentration.
Okay, well, I would like to drop concentration after its turn.
Fair. Okay. So he's restrained, which means he is at disadvantage on his attacks. Which he's going to unload all 6 on our good friend who fancies himself a monk.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16? Does 16 hit you?
Please say no.
You're muted.
My AC is 18. So,
18. All right. You dodged 1. Here we go. 1. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. You dodged 3. He's at disadvantage. I shouldn't get so excited about this right now. 2. And then 3. So, 19, 15, 18, as 3 of them find purchase. How you feeling there, buddy?
I'm pretty sure I'm down. Let me do some. Addition's
Some
never
mathing.
been my forte.
Well, for what it's worth, you don't have to do any addition on this one. You just have to subtract.
You're right.
Touche.
So what's that? 30,
Touche.
34, 40,
down.
52.
Yeah, I'm down.
Boom! It just takes you down. We're gonna go ahead and give you like I'm unconscious symbol here, just so I can keep track of this whole madness here. And then he's going to enter into your mind, Martina, and he will. It's like a multitude of voices. As there's laughter, very sinister laughter, and he says, "How long can you concentrate?" That's the end of his turn. Or Tina, do you want to drop it or do you want to keep it?
I'd like to drop it, but I'm going to laugh back and just say, I didn't intend to concentrate that long on this.
Booyah!
Fair enough. He is no longer restrained. We go then to Urala, death saving throw.
So depending on what the contingency upon my death was, either when the tentacles disappear, there is a body there or not.
Are you dead?
I am dead.
Oh, like
just
actually deceased.
I am actually deceased.
Your body is no longer there.
Okay.
As the tentacles rose up, like it obscures your form, and Urala is no longer anywhere to be seen.
It's just super expensive. We'll see you again.
Right?
It's super expensive. Well, that's Urala. Raylan.
Okay. Raylan sees Urala just disappear. Shakal go down. Well, it's more like Shakal goes down and then Urala disappears is kind of what happens.
Yep.
And she looks across the room to Tina. Right? And no words are spoken, but Raylan just kind of has this like, what the fuck? But she is also, this thing is between her and the door, or the door that she's aware of, right? So like,
Oh, there's a door to your left.
oh, there is.
Yeah, there's a door
So
to
she
your left.
literally looks to Tina and she says, should we run?
I'm open to this. I'm open to it. But we also have a friend who's down as well.
Raylan's within like 1 step distance ish of Shakal, I think. So like she could like grab Shakal and drag him out the door. Just like under the arms. Let's go.
Excellent.
So if Tina is amenable,
Because that would be I'm open to this. But that would your action to drag Shakal, and as you hit the door, I'll get the other arm.
So quick question: who has the idol?
Shakal does.
Oh.
Shakal. Okay. Well, you know that you need the idol to open the door. This is one of those oily, kind of gross doors that was protecting this chamber. So you know that you're going to need to use that idol to put it into recess to open the doors. As you recall, they were double doors, like door and then a corridor.
Right. Even the door to her left. Have they been through that door?
You have not.
Okay.
You came in through the northeastern door.
Right. Okay.
Where the big, nasty monster face was located.
Right.
In fact, I don't know why that door is closed. I'll go ahead and open the door there just so you can see in.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. This is kind of above table 2 a little bit. Would it be an action to get the idol from Shakal? Because I'm assuming she kind of has to like shuffle through his stuff. So I'm assuming
I'll give it to you as a bonus.
Okay. So she's going to take her bonus action and shuffle through Shakal's things and like mutter like sorry. Kind of like as she is, because he's like passed out, right? So she's like, sorry.
My ghost is like, sorry. This is normal. This is fine. We ate our last friend that died.
Yeah.
Can you get closer to him to shuffle there?
She's going to move here to do so. So kind of like diagonally, but like still far away from this tentacle thing.
Okay.
So she's gonna kind of like shuffle, like half pull, like gently pull him, but like shuffle through his things. And she's gonna say to Tina, distract it while she's like doing this. So that it like doesn't get angry that she's like pulling Shakal away.
Fair enough. So you managed to retrieve the idol.
Right.
That's your bonus. What would you like to do with your movement and your action?
So she's gonna take a little bit of movement with Shakal, like towards the wall and stuff. And I'm assuming it's an action to place the idol in the door.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay. But she is going to be trying to like pull Shakal until Tina can get over here. So she like kind of like drags Shakal a little bit closer to the door to put the idol in.
Okay. So you're moving at half speed.
Right, because she's dragging somebody.
Because you're dragging him. Do you want to drag him into that hallway?
I don't like the way you say that.
Really want to do this? Are you sure you want to do this?
The DM's curse of, do you really want to do that? Well, now I don't know. When you say it like that.
I'm just making sure I know what's going on so I can respond, appropriately.
I know.
With murder and darkness.
So given that like Shakal would be like kind of like behind her, she'll back in, like, like if you imagine like her arms under somebody's shoulders, right? And she's like dragging Shakal. So she kind of backs into the tunnel, but I don't think I can move Shakal's icon, but she's going to put Shakal like around, like there. So she's in the tunnel, but Shakal is like not quite all the way in, just in case something happens. She doesn't want him to get more hurt than he already is.
It's going to attack you as you try and make your way out with a
Great.
tendril.
Oh,
One of its little
okay.
tendrils lashes out at you.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So I need you. You are grappled. You don't have any saves at all.
I
There
don't
we
have
go.
saves?
Not on this
There's-
one. You can
there's no
try and
save?
break it.
God.
She can't even roll a dex save?
So you get a little bit of whiplash. Your speed is now 0.
Great.
He just wants to
You're
be your
also
friend. Don't
restrained.
run.
She's
So
also restrained too, so grappled
Yeah.
and restrained. Okay.
grappled and restrained, and again that overbearing presence like pierces your mind, and it asks, what does it ask, Jeremy? What does it say?
Stop it.
Simon Tiber is repressed.
He's so repressed.
He's so frustrated. He's so frustrated.
Raspberry filling is his favorite. Yeah.
Great. Great.
Would you like to
Licorice.
I think
I
you
can-
still have another square or two of movement if you want to continue pressing.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
restrained.
that's right. Excuse me. You're
So
right.
no,
You're
she
right.
doesn't.
You're right. You can think about the movement that you just lost while we move on to Shakal, who needs to roll a death saving throw.
And so I shall. Oh no.
6. That is a failure. We go to Tina now.
Oh my word. Well, first of all, I for free am able to have my little ghost Simon Tiber, uh, and I'd like to send that kind of over by the tentacles, and he's just going to poop. He's just going to poop in that corner to distract the tentacles. Just going to do weird dances and just kind of poop.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, I'm going to try and hustle. And how far can I get? What are these squares again? Fivers?
5ers. I believe you have a movement of, so you've got 6 squares you can move.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does it work to go? Oh my god.
No. Oh no.
Hello.
Oh, no.
I mean, I could do this, which is a little further away.
Sure.
Oh my god. Okay. And we're gonna Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast, always
We're
tried
gonna
and true.
Yes.
And I believe at your level you do have 3. You have
I
3.
do.
So the first one is the bullet, the ball of force, whatever it is that your Eldritch Blast looks like. Which is, by the way, what does it look like when you cast Eldritch Blast?
Oh, well, for me, obviously there's lots of sparkles and there's kind of like a rainbow that swirls around. So and then the sparkles
like
kind of land and continue to stay sparkly like you're in Labyrinth.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what Yes.
All right. I like
So
that.
it's like the Pink Knight in Castle Crashers
Yes.
with the little rainbow attacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like at the main part of the forest, it's like someone literally had glitter and just threw it right in your eyeballs. So that's
Nice. A glitter cannon, basically.
yeah. Yeah.
Nice. The 24 does connect for 9 points of glitter damage. All right. And the 14 unfortunately misses in a big puff of fantastic glitter. Would you like to do anything else before it has a turn?
I mean, yes, but I'm just gonna keep my Simon dancing around, and now that there's glitter, the Simon's gonna have one of those really cute little like I don't know what they're called. The little like floral wand thing that it's going to dance with that has these streamers that kind of hang down, and then he might continue to keep taking poops around all the tentacles.
Excellent.
And that's going to be my turn.
All right. Well, it is. Hmm.
Oh, no.
My concern levels are rising.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just like, what's the kindest way to put these people down? And then do exactly the opposite of that.
Great.
Well, let's go ahead and we'll just dish out 3 claws on Tina. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my god.
Does a 14 hit you?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Excellent. I love it. So it does 35, 40, 50 points of claw damage.
Fantastic, because I'm at 0 now.
Mm, Yeah, he would say something like really gross and creepy in the back of your mind, but you can't hear it right now. This is what I'm looking for right here. That symbol right there. Cool. Tina crumples to the ground. Man, it just stands there. It just stands there with its like weird tentacly arms like flailing in the air. And then it enters your mind again, Raylan. And it asks you, how badly do you want to leave?
Okay.
Barala is gone, and we go straight to Raylan, the sole survivor currently in Simon Tiber's lair.
Okay. So Raylan has 2 actions per turn, a bonus action, and her movement. Can she take a bonus action to move Shakal? Like, because he's just kind of right next to her, so she just kind of wants like shove him over to like still like right next to her, but just kind of like move him over. Can she do that with a bonus action?
Sure.
Okay. She might have a big plan. I mean, she's probably still gonna die, but she's gonna try. Raylan does not give up.
So you want to move him kind of basically there, right?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Then she is going to take half of her movement. Actually, no, not half of her. She's not going to move yet. She's going to use one of her very last spell slots. And she is going to cast Spike Growth. And she's going to cast it. I think this will be enough to not hit Tina's dead body if she does it like right there.
Well, I mean, the beautiful thing about Spike Growth is I believe you have to move through it for it to hurt you.
You do.
And as Tina is currently not moving,
she's not moving right now. But
is it a 20-foot radius?
It is. Yes, it is a 20-foot radius, and it's difficult terrain, and it's 2d4 for every 5 foot of travel. 5 feet of travel.
Okay, so something like let's see here.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Making the circle super big.
Why do I just imagine Simon Tiber just like rolling Tina through the spikes?
I mean, I was
rather than clawing, he's just like
right. But,
jerk.
But I was pretty purposeful on where Raylan is casting this.
That's 20-foot radius, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it's thereabouts. Yeah,
Okay,
that's where
yep.
you would like it.
So that's going to be action number 1.
Okay.
She's going to take half of her movement, or not even half of her movement, because it's like 10 feet, so a third of her movement to get next to Tina.
Hold on.
Okay. Can she not do that?
Let's look back to last round. I believe there was a tentacle involved,
She can't
and
move.
someone is
Oh no!
grappled and restrained.
Okay.
Would you like to try and break free? I mean, you did technically cast a spell,
Yes.
but I'm feeling generous. Go ahead and attempt a wiggle out.
Okay. Is that going to be a dex save
It would be a
or a strength?
It's restrained, so I believe it's athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Okay.
DC 19.
Okay. I set up my beyond 20, so hopefully
19. That's what you need. You wiggle out of its control.
Okay.
So for this very brief, beautiful moment, it's
Okay.
not bearing down on you right now.
Okay. Raylan's going to take a third of her movement.
Hmm.
Move here.
Hmm.
Grab Tina. And since she is at half speed, she can still kind of move them back this way to
Sure.
like drag Tina. And Raylan's going to be here, and Tina, she would like to be. Oh no. Okay. She'd like Tina to be there, if possible.
Okay, no problem. While you do that, take 13 points of claw damage.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Raylan is hurting, but she's okay. She's okay. 13
Perfect.
points. Okay.
You've got this.
Does she have any? She has no movement left, that I know. I don't think she has any actions or bonus actions or anything, but she has gotten them all in the corner.
Excellent. I mean, at this stage, it's between Raylan and Simon Tiber. On his turn, he just teleports.
Great. Oh, great.
What?
Love that.
No! Thunderous music. Yeah. So this guy is here, and he's just waiting. You just hear laughter. You hear just dark, horrible, evil laughter. Give me death saving throws, Shakal and Tina.
Oh my word!
That's
I
a
feel like
pass.
it'd be more hideous if it sounded like children laughing, like a bunch of children laughing in discordance.
Listen, this is not Ravenloft, okay? That's definitely a Victorian trope. Tina, death saving throw 6. That's a fail. Unfortunate. We roll up to Raylan. This critter has just appeared, blocking your path.
Great. Well,
It
Raylan's
looks like
gonna-
it's toying with you right now.
Yeah. Raylan is going to drop her concentration on that spike growth because it's useless.
Mm-hmm.
She can't. She at this point it's just like it might as well, like she can't do anything except for shooting it with arrows. It's not gonna hurt it.
It's got a bunch of eyes. Run up that hallway that makes your eyes bleed and make it chase after you, and maybe it'll kill it.
I mean, the best she can do is she's going to. She can't do anything. She can't do anything except for like try to hit this thing. She's gonna look at this thing because she kind of realizes that inevitability is coming, right? And she just looks at it and goes, just get it over with.
Oh,
She
no.
literally will just say, just get it over with.
And with a bunch of raucous laughter, as you are pummeled to death, bringing your two compatriots along with you into the afterlife, everything goes dark. The last thing you really remember is just this horrible, oily, slick that like kind of envelops your soul almost. And then suddenly everyone's eyes open up. You're back in town with Elandil. I think I got that name right.
I had the weirdest dream.
Elanil.
And you were there. And you were there. And you were there.
And
You're in a similar situation.
I had the most expensive dream. It was awful. It was awful.
As vision begins to kind of come back, into focus, you can see Elanel, the high elf, like leaning up against this big ornate fireplace. She looks pretty concerned. She's got a lot of like furrows on her brow, and there are a few other figures that you haven't yet seen. There is a dragonborn wearing really just outlandish clothing, kind of that satin sequins. He kind of looks like the sequins are kind of like formed almost like scales, like a two-tone scale sort of look. Big, just obnoxious, wide-brimmed, feathered hat with more feathers than is even remotely necessary. And they take up even like twice the size of the hat. It's just this huge explosion of feathers behind him. He has a lute strapped to his back, and a very dainty-looking rapier at his side. There's a human who's wearing long, simple robes. He is fretting over a small collection of books. You also recognize Saranola, the gnomish, kind of the gnomish quiet one, who has her hood up, and you can see her kind of flickering fingers in the direction of Elanil. And Elanil, on occasion, will like lift a finger, or her nostril will flare, or she'll let out a sigh. It seems like the two of them are having some kind of conversation as you come into consciousness. And Elanil looks over at you and says, "Oh, good. You're alive. How did it happen?
I'm
You must tell me
alive!
everything that took place."
I don't know how that happened. I was sure I was dead. How did we get here?
Contingency. You think that we're just mere quest givers and capable of our own machinations in the background? We have assets, I'll have you know. The assets are yourselves. And we cannot allow our assets to be lost to some necromancer or his pet undead illithid. We've too much invested in you already.
So what you're
And
saying
now
is,
we've had to double down on that investment. This is getting very expensive.
so what you're saying is I was dead again.
Oh yes,
Again.
you were dead.
Or again.
We see contingency is a spell.
I'll just look at everyone else. What did happen? I don't know. Did you guys get it out alive? Did you bring me here?
No.
No.
The contingency that we placed on you was when you drew your last breath, you would be teleported here, where you would be tended to as quickly as we could get someone to tend to you. Unfortunately, we weren't anticipating all of you to come back, which is why this is becoming incredibly expensive. It'd be so much cheaper if you would just show up within a minute upon death, not the way you did it. Diamonds are not something that just randomly, grows on trees, She looks very cross.
Like here right now, and I'm super thirsty.
Ilana sighs and she, signals, and a pair of younger elves skitter out of the chamber, assumedly to get refreshments. The gnome draws back her hood, and she says with a very soft voice, "You must forgive Ilanil. She is having a very bad day. Could you perhaps fill us in on what happened? What did you see?"
The mention that someone else is having a bad day, Raylan just looks absolutely flabbergasted. Like, her face, like, she doesn't say anything, but her face just kind of reads like, "You fucking kidding me?"
Dude, same.
You're having a bad day?
Yeah.
But she didn't say that out loud, but it's very clear on her expression that that's what she's feeling.
But I mean, it is a rather pressing matter. If you could just provide us with the intel that you were able to collect, or did you die the moment you arrived? You've been gone for a bit, so what have you been up to since we sent you on this mission?
Well,
Anyone, just fill us in, if you would. Did you find Clondrus?
well,
I mean, I never saw him personally. Although I did see, maybe he did streak across the room when we were trying to kill the necromancer, and he disappeared into a gateway, a magical portal. Maybe that was him.
Go on.
No, that's all I saw, and then shortly thereafter I died.
That would explain why you were the first one. I assume the timing of everyone's arrival has something to do with wherever you were. Like, what happened? Help us help you.
well, we saw Simon. We did run into Simon. He's kind of creepy.
As necromancers are.
Yes. He changed into a beast with tentacles after we killed him.
Oh, you poor dears.
And then he muttered a bunch of really uncomfortable things in our minds.
Oh.
It was disturbing.
You certainly should rest. Please forgive us. We have other visitors here who have come to lend their assistance. But it seems that the four of you would do well for perhaps some relaxation. The festival is unfortunately at its conclusion. But there are plenty of leftovers. If you would like to help yourselves, we'll, of course, offer you accommodation and perhaps a long, warm bath. Perhaps we can speak again in a few days after you've recovered.
That sounds really lovely.
Excellent. Perhaps we will speak when you are ready. The two elves who left earlier come back with food and a variety of different drinks, wine, water. There's some mead and beer. They weren't really sure what to grab, so they just kind of grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. You were also provided with accommodation. There's places to bathe. There's fresh clothing. You are given free, reign of the town. Although I'm fairly certain you probably would like to hang out in your rooms and recover. That's up to you how you want to handle the next day or so.
I mean, at some point, I might just pull everyone aside and be like, okay, so we've done what they wanted. I feel like it might be time for us to go before they find us again.
Raylan just is so down with this idea. She's like, I'm good to go. Let's go.
We hide for a little bit just to relax.
I mean, I don't know what could be worse than what we've already faced.
Chapter 3.
Right?
Raylan just kind of looks at them and she says, I have died twice since meeting you all. I'm beginning to wonder if you're more trouble than you're worth.
We're definitely more trouble than we're worth.
To be fair, this is our third time, so you have one more to catch up with us.
There's a knock at the door.
You're not thinking of running, are you? Oh no. I'll go to the door.
It's the Dragonborn, looking fabulous as ever. Just a whole bunch of sequins, shaped like little scales. It's smartly tailored, and of course his enormous hat with the explosion of feathers in the back. He stands about 7 feet tall. He's kind of a big, brutish build, but everything about the way he dresses, even the way he stands with a certain bit of grace and elegance. It's a weird juxtaposition in the way he looks as a creature. With a big flourish, he pulls his hat off and waves it obnoxiously in the air, the feathers swirling around as he takes a deep, graceful bow and says, I couldn't wait. I hope you don't mind the intrusion.
Oh, no, we were just planning on where we were heading off to since we've done what we were asked to do. And now that we're done with that, we can head on out of here.
Oh, I'm afraid it's only just beginning, my friend. This is not a story that just has a simple ending of 4 travelers who have accrued a huge amount of debt to the Harpers just leave with a mission unfinished.
No, we took care of our mission. We just we were going to head off to get the payment for those diamonds that they had to use to resurrect us again. But yeah, so thanks for stopping by.
Oh,
and I finger crossbow him. What would finger crossbow look like? Yeah.
He says, nonsense. Let me show you a good night. I shall regale you with stories of awesome adventurers who have done awesome things that have seemed impossible. I will perhaps even ask you to tell me your story so that I might share it with the world at the taverns that I like to visit as I travel.
So what you're saying is you want to spend time making us feel horrid about all of the failures that we've had by telling us about adventurers who succeeded in everything they did. Thank you. No, that sounds... What do you all think? That sounds great. I wanted to spend more of tonight crying.
No. Every good story is loaded with failure. Every hero must fail before they become a hero. Your story, albeit unique, is a common thread that we we see as the next hurdle, the next thing, the challenge that you must overcome. You emerge victorious before the light is able to once again triumph over darkness. Simon Tiber is a dangerous necromancer, but even more so, Chandros is, for lack of a better word, his lackey. The two of them split, one transformed into a hideous creature. You can only imagine the horrors that will unfold if we do not respond. And there is no one more suited to do so than you, for you know the most, and have seen the most, and experienced the most, and, to be frank, have the most invested in this. I believe the current tally is about 120,000 gold, which is a pretty serious investment, I'd say.
I'm just going to declare bankruptcy against it, and everything will be fine.
Nonsense, he says. He strides in, he pulls out his lute, and he snaps his fingers, and prestidigitation goes off, blowing out huge sparkly streamers and glitter, and there's some fanfare, like trumpet fanfare, like playing in the background. He says, I do know many, many things, and I bet you I can do a lot to help you, if you will let me.
Tina is blown away by his extravagance and super into it. So Tina smiles quite widely, and leans in, ready for anything more that he wants to talk about.
So he says, to begin, we will lift your spirits. We shall have you smiling by morning, and perhaps Elana will also be smiling in the morning. It's been a long day for her. It's good that you are over here and she's over.
Just another subtle eye twitch. Just
Right.
Someone else having a bad fucking day.
Yeah, like
been
Raylan
so
and
rough for
Shakal are
her.
next to each other. They just like Raylan exchanges a look with Shakal, like, are they fucking kidding?
Oh, he's so hard. Oh God.
And when I
And
see
imagine the strife you've been through.
right? When I see that Tina and Shikal and Raylan are not running out the door, I will harumph and go throw myself in the most comfortable chair I can find, but just start twiddling.
And he sticks around. Like, he sticks around, he's playing music, fine wine is served, good food is served. He does a lot of winking and finger guns, and there's just tons of glitter and streamers and mysterious ghostly trumpets that kind of herald, the punchline of his stories, or accent, like a snare drum, when he's telling a joke, and he has a good time. I'm not sure if you do, but he seems to be having a great time. At the end of his time there, he does thank you and wishes that you would consider joining him and that wizard fellow for dinner tomorrow. We're doing some very exciting research on some things concerning Simon Tiber, this Chandros person, and the Book of Vile Darkness.
He says that, and Tina's kind of like, I don't know about this.
Nonsense! Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, sharp. Please dress to impress, or don't. It's all right. The elves have a very peculiar sense of fashion, so I won't blame you if you don't want to dress like an elf. But, should you wish, I will have my tailor come, and he will make sure that you are all properly fitted for a dinner that no one shall ever forget, and won't kill you.
Mm-hmm. Raylan, that
You
it's
brought
loud.
kill
Right.
us?
You know, the first part didn't sell me, but the second part at least sounds nice. So
Great. There's no vegetarians here, right? No vegetarians. We're all good.
I'm not a vegetarian.
I mean, Raylan is definitely not a vegetarian.
Excellent, because I am so tired of all of this elf food. Man, if I have to look at another head of lettuce served to me as some sort of high-end dish, I will go mad. He strides through the doorway, flourishing his hat up in the air. The feathers are waving everywhere. And he says, don't forget, tomorrow, 5 o'clock, dress to impress, let me know. And he wanders off with really light, beautiful, delicate gait. He rounds the corner and moves on his way to wherever he's off to. Do you do anything for the remainder of, or are you looking to do like a jailbreak and escape town before they get you?
We probably should.
We could kill them.
we haven't been able to kill anything else. Why would we be able to kill them?
I mean, no. Looking at our track record, I'm just saying, like, we killed Gith, we killed the undead, we killed the giant thing that was guarding Simon Tiber,
That's
we
fair.
killed ghosts. We have killed a good number of things. Simon Tiber was just a lot, okay? We could kill them. Okay? I'm just saying.
I mean, we are in a town now, and there are witnesses. And Kellenvor doesn't really like me sending people to their ends before it's their time. So I could... Here, let me...
I'm sure Kellenvor doesn't care for us being brought back after it's been twice over our time. So I think you would be doing Kellenvor a service. Let me talk to Kellenvor.
You were always free and welcome to talk to Kellenvor.
I'm just saying, I'm getting pretty fucking sick of this shit. We are getting thrown at something that is so out of our league. I think that they know that. I think it's not a... Here's my theory, okay? All right? I don't think it's as expensive as they're making it out to be. I think they're choosing us because we're the cheaper option, and that's why they refuse to go... There are heroes of the world that are seasoned veterans and have saved world, resurrected gods, and we're the cheaper... We're like Plan C, and we're within their budget, okay? So that's my theory, at least. So... we could kill them.
Could we... What if we just left and didn't kill them, but avoided them for eternity?
Raylan, at this, does speak up, because, I thought okay, never mind. I thought you had the, Outlander feature, but she has Wanderer, so she's not as good at hiding, but she does know how to wander from place to place, and so she does kind of speak up, and she says, I do know of a few places.
Okay, I could be down for this.
We could leave. This is not technically our problem. And fuck their investment, okay? Oh, it's so expensive to keep bringing you back. Go handle it yourself. If you are so powerful that you can resurrect us so much. Also, 120,000 gold pieces, that's what he said?
I mean, there's probably some kind of interest on that.
So much money. That is so much money. You can hire whole armies off of that. Handle it. Take a hands on it. Don't be it. By all means, I understand not wanting to be a micromanager, but some level of management. Don't just sit in your office on Facebook all day. Go handle it.
So what if I do
Oh my god.
attempt a communication with Kellenvor and just see what he thinks? He can give us a yay or a nay or whatever about our options here. What do you all think?
That'd be good.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out some incense and my little, gravestone and sit down and begin a prayer to Kalimvor and cast augury over the next 10 minutes, and just ask Kalimvor whether or not he thinks it would be a good idea that within the next 30 minutes, which is what I have to call for, we were to sneak out of this town and move on with our lives and let them, take care of what they've started against our will, because we never asked them to bring us back the first time.
Usually the message you get, from reading the symbols or reading the signs,
Yeah.
is wheel or woe or wheel and woe.
Yeah.
This seems a little bit more complex of a situation. Kalimvor, in this moment, fills your. Are you using runes, or are you meditating through the incense? Like, are you reading the smoke? How are you doing your
I
reading?
like the smoke idea. Yeah, he's totally watching the swirls of the incense burning as it forms, words. Shut up. Go do what they say.
Well, so Kalimvor doesn't in the smoke give you the indication that leaving now for 30 minutes is a good or bad thing. But you do get some shapes in the smoke. Many shambling, dark figures. Humanoids, like, clutching their throats. Their bodies seeming to burst in smoke, kind of like you saw with Simon Tiber, but something darker, something more sinister. Something that is a persistent problem, something that has to be addressed, and something that might only be able to be addressed by you.
So if I turn and look at the side of it, do I see, while that's all going on, the four of us are like out on a yacht somewhere on the Sword Coast or something, drinking, some kind of very cooled beverage and enjoying the time of our lives? Or do I feel like this is going to affect us no matter where we go?
It looks like it'll affect you no matter where you go.
Damn it.
Like a dark cloud, like, slowly seeping across the land. A darkness that would envelop your yacht and plunge you into eternal darkness. And
Not
suffering.
the yacht.
Not the yacht, I know. You just paid off the yacht. But there is no insurance for what is coming. The only insurance that Kalimvor, the only assurance that Kalimvor can give you, perhaps even in his own way, the only comfort he can offer is that he has allowed you to return all of these times because he has a plan. What that is, he's not very clear. The smoke isn't that clear, but you get a sense that you've died 3 times, and not at a single point in all of these deaths has he called you to him. He has let you come back. And Kalimvor is not one really resurrection. He is also particularly not very cool about undead.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of undead problems happening. And you're a pretty high-level priestess of Kalimvor, ergo, he might think you're a good candidate to address it.
Well, I'm glad he does. All right, I'm gonna sigh and turn away from the smoke and look at everyone and wish I had better news for them, but it sounds like it would be better for us to go ahead and take care of whatever it is that they need taken care of. Apparently they are very rich, but insufficient to the task. So their power isn't something they can just used to buy off whatever's going on. Capitalism fails in the end, doesn't it?
Tina sighs.
Raylan also sighs. I'm assuming these are all audible sighs.
Fine.
Whatever.
I do appreciate your support in this. At this point, I kind of have to do what my God wills, but if you're going to join me, I do appreciate your company. And I will do my best to try and keep you alive next time.
I'll come. It's fine.
I turn an eye to Shakal.
I'd really like to talk to Kellenborg.
You're welcome. Here, and I'll like move you over and set you in front of like the stub of the burning incense.
Listen, buddy. We're getting fucking murdered out here.
So much trouble.
Are you sure?
No,
That's all I do. That's all I do. Just an anguished prayer.
You're gonna send up an anguished prayer to Kellenvor.
Yes.
Roll me a channel divinity. You've got a pretty high level priestess here. See if he answers your call. So it's a D100 roll under a 16.
Gotcha.
What'd you get?
That is a 9.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus! All right.
Wow.
Okay. Kellenvor answers your call. How would he do this? Let's see. The room begins to smell like freshly turned dirt. The smell of a graveyard that unfortunately has a bit of business. There is a sobriety in the air, a stillness, and it's not words. It's not words that he communicates to you, but he does imbue you with the commune spell.
Ooh.
I believe allows you to ask questions, specific questions, to Kellenvor, and I believe it's more than one. I think it's 3.
It's 3.
So you feel as if you've got him on the phone. He's here. He's present. And Urala, you are. I think he's just going to give you all a boon because you're in the presence of a god, the god of death, who has allowed you guys to return. So we'll work on the boon thing here later. But for now, you are all under the effects of the bless spell. As well as, let's say, I don't know, what's the one where Death Ward.
Yeah, so technically, Raylan was under Death Ward. So, after almost dying, the thing would have had to kill her again. But rather than slow things down, I was just like...
It would happen. I mean, at that point, if she came back at, 1 hit point, he would have just gone out. It took a while to kill you, Raylan. He was very methodical about it, like a cat. Like a cat waiting for the mouse to just die of cardiac arrest. So, you get 3 questions to Kellenvor, as you are all now with the effects of Death Ward. Death Ward remains on you until such a time comes that it's triggered, and that will be his boon to you for
Nice.
calling him forth.
Gotcha.
What do you want to know? What are you going to ask him? You get 3 questions.
I didn't expect to get this far.
Right?
Either. So,
Expect to get an
my name
answering
is
machine.
I like people to stay dead, and I like them to not come back as zombies. So, how can I help you?
Is there truly no way that we can just leave this be?
No.
Fuck.
He will continue with the answer. It is for all of us to address. For the things at work here are things that bring the attention of the gods themselves. And unchecked, it spells disaster to the natural order of things.
Would you
Well,
be
that's
willing to
disappointing.
gift your cleric a powerful weapon in exchange for a new worshiper?
Ooh.
Death is absolute. You need not believe in death or worship my gentle hand for it to be an inevitability. But my priestess has performed great and mighty feats. These could not have been successful without those she considers trustworthy, those she considers to be worthy to travel with. Fear not, you will not go unprepared.
So what he's saying is that you're my special weapon, Shakal.
That's a bad weapon.
Hey, you've got magic fists. Come on.
I am brittle and rusty. Final question. I'll take suggestions. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna ask this man.
I mean, God.
Yeah. If anyone has suggestions, I'm open to them for a final question.
Ooh.
Oh man, can we hold the last question for another time?
No.
No?
No. I mean, you've got him now. He's here. He's given you a boon, which is kind of a nice long-term death ward. He has time for one more question.
Maybe we should ask where he recommends going to get additional help. You know, like...
Yeah, that's... Where could you point us where we could find more help? Perhaps other followers of yours that would assist us with this?
There is help where you are going. There is death where you are going. And you will need to lean on the wisdom of those who may seem alien to you. They mean well, but perhaps they are misguided. As for assistance now, there is a tomb in this town and I give you full permission to go down to its depths. And there you will find the tools you will need to get you to where you must be. Do not fret about whether it is theft. In the afterlife, they have no need of those things.
Well, that's something.
Amen.
Now we have a future in grave robbing because Kellenborg said it was okay.
One
That's gonna
time.
go over real well
This
with the
exception
law.
is one time.
No. I didn't hear any caveat. I didn't hear anything.
I will.
Don't disturb the dead. But yeah, he does grant you permission to go into the tomb of heroes here in this town, where you will find materials that you may need on your journey. And with that, Kellenborg, his presence is no longer felt. There is, that lingering sense of blessing, something that he has bestowed upon you, a boon that will bring you back from the brink of death just once.
Just once.
But it is the best he can do, given that he would prefer that people stay dead. He's suspending the rules just a little bit. One more time.
Having not realized that I was like sitting forward in my chair, like gripping the armrests very tightly as I was like watching all this, I just relax, crack my fingers, and lean back and just enjoy the presence of my God for a little bit.
So, what do you do?
I'll say a small prayer of thank you to Kellenborg and just whisper to Urala and be like, does Bone Daddy usually talk to people, or?
I mean, I feel like he really speaks through me, but that was something completely different.
Okay, I think I'm gonna shit myself, so I'm gonna be right back.
And Raylan and Tina kind of notice me like watching Shakal with a little bit of like awe as he leaves, maybe a little uncomfortably. Just like, oh.
I'm gonna take a step outside and just take a fucking breather. I never talked to a god before. Oh my god.
What happened to you today? I talked to the god of death and didn't get smited. Bonus.
I demanded to talk to the manager.
And the manager showed up. It was weird.
Dude, I really fucking did. That's so awful.
That's all I could think for the second you were like, let me talk to him. All I could think is like, let me talk to the manager.
Right?
Don't worry.
I'm sorry, the manager's not in. Oh my god, there he is! I don't even know what to do with this information.
Do you have enough flair on your uniform?
Right? Oh, I have all the flair, so...
So,
Well-
you have the rest of the evening. You phoned God, at least one of them, and you've looked a little bit into the future. It looks bleak, and somehow you are inextricably tied to the fate of all of this, which you never asked for. You just wanted a goddamn drink at the goddamn pub, and then it blew up, and here you are, alive for the third time.
And poor Raylan was just out walking in the woods, and then there we were, and there was a dragon, and what?
Yep. So
I mean, I'm completely down with going down and checking out this tomb that we were allowed to partake of its goods. I don't like using the word rob.
Okay with that?
Do what?
I'm totally okay with that. Let's go rob some grapes.
Shit,
It's not robbing.
Don't say it that way.
Let's go borrow some items from some
We are
people
just
that-
being granted what is there. We're just picking up something that was meant for us.
I'm gonna go. We'll let the other Dragonborn know, like, hey, we're gonna go take care of some stuff real quick. When is dinner?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Come
All
on.
right, we're gonna go rob a grave. We'll be right back.
Oh, delightful. Let me know how that goes. I'm always super interested in stories about heists.
There's no heist. We're just
Shouldn't be a
we were
fucking
being
heist. There should be no
given
guards. There should be
stuff.
nobody guarding this stuff. I really hope not.
There's actually not. Like the festival that's been going on really has taken up a lot of attention from the administration and the town guard and like the locals. The tomb itself isn't normally guarded. Like elven ancestors, are visited often by the common folk, and no one would ever really think of like going down to the depths and ganking stuff out of the crypt. But you guys go and descend into like a big tree, and you enter into the tree and you spiral your way down past several little alcoves. As you make your way down to the bottom, in true elvish architectural splendor, though they're not really much for underground sorts of structures, it is it's a lovely multi-chambered kind of catacombs that spiders out from underneath this very large tree. Very clean and pristine, made of all sorts of very fine woods and marble. There's elements of gold and fine art that has been carved in relief along the upper parts, all paintings and draperies depicting ancient elvish heroes. You feel drawn, if not like kind of called, as if like you're suddenly missing something. That something is just ahead, something that belongs to you. And as you press forward into another larger chamber, there's it's a really big sarcophagus with a big lid that's carved from stone, and it's a big elvish like king, some kind of ruler who's been carved along the top. The craftsmanship is beautiful and is very easy to interact with. It's as if there's no weight to the lid. There's no unnecessary straining to push the lid off. In fact, it kind of hovers away as you push against it. And inside, and here's where we can take a second to go through a couple of brief ones here. There will be inside a pair of superior healing potions. There will be a potion of greater invisibility. There is a +2 sword. There is, and it's a flame tongue sort of like sword. It catches fire and stuff. It's +2. It's very flashy. Let's see here. And then there's like 6 uncommon items, 2 rare items that you are welcome to pull via committee if you wish. So 6 uncommon, 2 rare. And then if there are a couple of common items you want to throw in there, like help yourself. So I'd recommend perhaps at this point we pen in the back end shopping, as it were, since we're not going to be getting into a point where we'll probably use them until probably next session. So have a think about what you find is crypt. It's totally up to you. It's almost as if Kellamvor is providing these things as you need. So 6 uncommon, 2 rare, and a smattering of common items as you need, plus those potions. That should get you guys in a much better position to handle whatever it is that lies ahead. everything feels at peace here. Doesn't feel like robbing at all. There's not even a body inside the tomb.
I feel much better about that, actually.
Long ago, like
We
disintegrated into dust.
I go ahead and like make some markings in the dust that essentially say thanks, dude, and do a little prayer to Kellamvor and head out.
Excellent. As far as needing like general town, various different shops. So anything on the normal adventuring list of equipment you can find here, no problem. You can get all of your arrows, and if you need armor, they've got armor here. Healing potions are gold a piece if you want to buy your basic healing potions. Antitoxins are available. Poisons are available. Things like sleep poison.
What about healing
Laughing
potions?
poison.
I like laughing
What?
poison. What about
Poison, yeah.
just regular healing potions?
Yeah, heal pots, 50 gold piece each.
Cool.
Or
I feel
your
like I'm
standard
gonna
heal
get a
pot.
few of those.
You've got 4 potions of superior healing that you have at your disposal as well as death
I
mark,
mean,
or death ward.
at this point, what could go wrong in having some extras, right?
Yeah, I think we can have some
Helpful.
extras.
It's helpful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think one of those uncommon items should be a bag of holding. just to
useful.
make sure we
Right?
can carry all this stuff.
We could yeet Simon Tiber into the bag.
It's
I'm not sure if he's going to fit in the bag, as he's currently like in a gigantic, like writhing, like hand mass.
Giant monster, yeah.
Right. Maybe he's like retaken his tiny form, and does he like de-evolve? Like I know Pokemon, like you evolve them and they don't really ever go back. Maybe he'll go back. Can we de-evolve him into a smaller form that we can fit into the bag and then just let the air run out?
Was it Deep Space Nine or Voyager where they de-evolved and like the dude turned into a pile of goo or whatever?
I think that was actually Next Generation, yeah.
Was it Next Generation?
Like one of them was a monkey and one of them was a lizard, yeah.
Yeah. Star Trek. Anyway, so
55 years.
That's right. So you've gone down to the tomb. You've been given your gifts from Kellamvor. You can do any shopping you need to do. Dinner is the following day at 5 o'clock. As this is still kind of evening-ish. And if you have anything else to do in the evening, just let me know. Otherwise, we can jump into the following day.
Mostly eat in semi-silence and listen to whatever the Dragonborn had to tell us as far as stories go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're tired.
Yeah,
Right?
Raylan is just like fed up. She's like, all right, just talk to me.
Death makes
So then you lay down for the night, and then the next day you meet him and the wizard, he said.
I'm assuming we get a long rest.
You do.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay.
You do. So you are fully healed. All of your comeback dice are back if you spent any. You feel rested. Do you feel well rested? Probably not. But that has no mechanical effect. It's just weariness. Most of you have died 3 times. And Raylan, I think this is your second death, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that takes a lot of a lot of stress on the body. It's not like an exhaustion per se. It's just like a persistent, mild cold. Something that is just obnoxious enough to where you notice it. But not anything that would impede your daily tasks. Perhaps there is a bit of somberness in the air amongst the group. as certainly something terrible is looming in the near future. And based off of what you've experienced, dealing with Simon Tiber himself and whatever it was that he became, or even Clondris, who chose not to murder your faces when you first encountered him, and the magic that they were both engaged in that ritual room, leaves a lot to question. It's a burden on the back of your mind. What were they up to? What were they doing? What were they trying to accomplish? Why did Clondris do that? What the fuck was Simon Tiber? What was that?
What was that?
What was that? Yeah. These are all questions that currently remain unanswered. And perhaps, with a little bit of luck, these new experts that Elandil has summoned to the table might have some answers.
You know, I feel like it's a completely fair answer or question to ask now that we know that Simon Tiber is actually a Pokemon because of his evolutions. Do they have a Pokeball that we can capture him in?
Yeah, it's called an Iron Flask.
Oh.
They're legendary. Unfortunately, they're not very common. Last one had been mentioned on the sword. An Iron Flask was used in an attempt to steal the fire titan that dwells down in the forge of Gauntlgrim. I believe that's the last time one of those has been mentioned in story.
Gotcha.
Or in song. That
So
one
do
time
they-
the drought came, you're on the grim.
Do you recommend that we go down and get that in order to go deal with Simon, or?
Well, I mean, it's not like it's just something you can take. I mean, if you want to go to Gauntlgrim to ask King Gruner for the implement that was used to attempt to steal his Forge Titan,
So-
there may be some serious questions on the table.
I mean, I just want to point out to you that Kellenvor showed up in our apartment yesterday and was down with us and hung out for a while and gave us a bunch of stuff. I don't see why a simple dwarven king would tell us no.
Um,
How dare he?
Right?
Yeah, you get the sense that that's probably not going to be necessarily the easiest thing to pull off. Plus, Gauntlgrim is
Okay.
nowhere near where you are right now. That's a bit of a travel. You could ask the wizardly types to teleport you to Gauntlgrim. It's not an uncommon location for people to travel to. Some of its mercantile locations are currently open for business, with the right credentials, of course. It's possible.
Well, I'm just going to leave that on the table and we can discuss it amongst ourselves later in private.
So we're at a point now. It's just around half past 9 here, half past whatever time in the past that you guys live in.
2 for me.
But in the future, it's half 9. And I'm happy to roll into dinner scene, or we can leave off here, allow you guys to go shopping, and get your items laid out and on your sheets for the next part of exposition into chapter 3.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That works.
All right. So you have kind of survived. You talked to a god. You got some stuff. You robbed a grave. You've been blessed by said god, and have been invited to a dinner with a fabulous dragonborn and some wizard at 5 o'clock today.
Yeah. You know, as much as I wanted to just skedaddle, now I actually feel kind of excited about this because I mean, Caliber said to do it, so
Right?
I've never been. He said it would be better if we did. Wheel if we did. Whoa if we didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't like a command per se. He was just
Right.
like, it's gonna be bad if you don't, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not making you do it.
But
I mean,
it's kind of a justification for myself in going to do this. I feel enabled in a way that I've never felt enabled before.
I mean, at this level, I mean, you're definitely becoming your god, and as a conduit now, even you realize that there's a very special relationship between the clergy, the deity, and the rites of passage, and this rite of passage, the one of passing from life into death, be ferried into the little soul recycling machine. I forget what it's called in Faerun. It's like you go off and then you go through like all the stuff and like this whole like processing thing, and yeah, like Kellenborg handles a lot of that stuff. He's kind of heavily involved in it, and it's kind of the guy who like wants to keep people from coming back. It's got like some other people like the Raven Queen, who's also involved in stuff, but that gets complicated. It's very corporate. It's very
corporate, right?
Yeah, it's very corporate. I mean,
you gotta look at the bottom of your foot to see where you were made in. You were made in the Shadowfell, then you're the Raven Queen. If you were made in, the Afterlife or something, that was Celeborn. Gotcha.
No rule gets involved sometimes. He's like, the obnoxious IT guy who calls in. Anyway.
Well, so, on that note,
we are now officially wrapped with Chapter 2 of Dark Lore.
Nice.
And we are now squarely in the exposition of Chapter 3. Before we set off, an attempt to deal with whatever is going on.
Yeah.
Huzzah
with this
plus.
Clondris and Simon Tiber thing.
Well, thanks for joining us today, everybody. We'll see you next week, I think, unless we have any issues, but hopefully next week. Same time, same bat channel, 4:30 Eastern. We'll see you then. Bye.
Hi, guys.
Bye.